What's going on, y'all? Straight to the point, sports and entertainment. Want y'all to hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit them notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. Now, Pat Bev, aka Dead Homie, is set to start playing for the Milwaukee Bucks as he was just traded today, from my Philadelphia 76ers. And the big question that they were asking on NBA tonight is if Dame Lillard, who currently plays for the Bucks right now, is going to be able to repair his relationship with Pat Bev and vice versa. Now, a lot of y'all may know what happened and many of y'all don't. Well, what happened a while back when the Los Angeles Lakers had played the Portland Trailblazers, and that's when Dame had played with the Portland Trailblazers. Pat Bev was trolling Damian Lillard, and the reason why he was trolling him is because Dame always, does the thing with his wrist, and he says, Dame time, and then Pat Bev, when they were winning and about to go ahead and pretty much beat the Portland Trailblazers, Pat Bev was trolling, and he was faking like there was a watch on his wrist, and he couldn't get his watch to quite work. Like something was wrong with it or whatever, and then like he took the fake watch and just pulled it off and then put it, back in his pocket or whatever. Basically, saying that his watch was broken or whatnot. Pretty much, he was trolling Dame, and so, and then plus, they been going back and forth and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But to me, that's petty in comparison to what him and Russell Westbrook went through, right? Now, for some of y'all that don't know, for some of y'all that do know, let me just go ahead and explain what happened in that situation. Russell Westbrook had actually messed up his knee because of the aggressive play that Dead Homie did, or Pat Bev did. And it kept Russell Westbrook out for some time, and it kind of messed him up a little bit, and there was a lot of anger about that situation, because you could clearly see that Russell Westbrook was in pain when it had happened. And so ever since, for a couple of years, a couple of seasons, those guys weren't getting along, but then they eventually were able to play for the Los Angeles Lakers on the same team together and everything. And, ironically, they actually had saw eye to eye about something, and when they were talking about LeBron James, about the stuff that, LeBron James does, and they kind of agreed on everything, and about them being, the marked men on the team, so to speak, or whatever. But I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole nother topic right there. But I just want to give my spiel on it, right? I think that in order for you to win a championship or to win, period, sometimes you have to go through, battle with each other in order to bring out that competitive fire out of y'all. Pat Bev probably is not even really tripping about it. He just said that he's got to work on his relationship with Dame, which is understood, because y'all going to be on the court together and y'all going to be off the court. Now, I don't know about y'all relationship outside of basketball in terms of being, out with the team and having dinner, things of that nature. But I know on the floor, y'all have to have some sort of communication going on. And if it's bad communication, then it's not going to work. I mean, because let's just call it what it is. The Bucks are struggling right now. And listen, having a veteran like a Pat Bev who can come in, instill the much needed more toughness than they already have, they haven't been displaying this. Because when you think of a guy such as Bobby Portis, when you think of a guy like Giannis, those guys are, pretty tough. And see, they lost a lot of their toughness. They lost PJ Tucker, they lost Drew Holiday. Those guys were tough, and PJ Tucker was obviously tougher because of his style that he played. And when we talk about Drew Holiday, he was tough in the sense that he played hard-nosed defense, not necessarily being an enforcer or nothing like that. But Pat Bev is both of those. He's gonna be a pest. He's gonna be get in your chest. But the thing about it is Pat Bev, not to say that he's going to get a whole bunch of playing time and stuff like that, but he's going to be a locker room guy. Because, it's funny, I was talking to somebody earlier, and everybody's looking at Pat Bev now like a journeyman. Well, Pat Bev has been in the league for quite some time. He's a veteran now. So pretty much his job is going to be to be a locker room guy and to be a veteran presence. He's not there to do what he did in his early days in the NBA when he was that main lockdown defender. Now what he can do is share his knowledge of the game, because he's been in the league for quite some time. He's not no superstar or anything like that, but he's still a professional and he's still in the league. So obviously he can instill some wisdom into some of those guys. And maybe Dame could pick his brain, So they're going to have to get along, because right now, they're not winning. They're 1-4. And, I think the last time that I checked, they were 1-4. And it's time for them to, turn things around, because if they don't, then you got these other teams that are really going to be coming for them. And listen, these teams in the East, it's interchangeable, just like the West is, because now you got the Clippers at the top of the West, So, and I'm just talking about the West, but anyway, I think they'll get along. I think they'll get along. They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to deal with each other somehow. Even if if y'all got to move some furniture around, y'all got to go in the locker room and, go at each other. And then after that, shake hands. Something got to give. But I don't think it's that serious, man. It's just a good competitive, trash talking. And to me, I think that's what's wrong with the NBA. Everybody's like so sensitive nowadays, to the point where if you talk trash to each other and stuff like that, it's like you're mortal enemies forever or something like that. No, it's just a basketball game, and you're supposed to not like that opposition. You're not supposed to like that. That's why it's called an opposite. You know what I'm saying? You are the opposite of me. We are not the same. So I'm not supposed to like you, and you're not supposed to like me. But now that y'all are on the same team, y'all going to battle with one another. So y'all let me know how you feel. That was just my take on it. Make sure you like the video, share it, subscribe. Also hit them notifications so that you are notified each time I drop a video. Until then, straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I get at you.